Welcome to Cinequest video. This is going to be our New Year's Eve episode where we finally did it, Daniel. We finally did it.
I know, man. It's been a couple years. I've been waiting for this shit.
It took a while. It's taken a while, but finally we're going to watch and comment on Pootie Tang. A very hilarious movie. If you have never heard of it, it's a movie that's been, I would say it's been kind of forgotten because
I've been quizzing people at work of late. I mean, like a lot of the kids are a lot younger than us, you know, they're like, you know, just starting college or whatever. And they're like, no, what is this? And then I showed my coworker, he's like 25 or something like that. But he just came over for a quick beer. And I was like, hey, if you want to hang out, we can watch Pootie Tang. He's like, what's that? Showed him the trailer and he was like, what the fuck? Yes. We have a play date pending to watch that, but yeah, I'm spreading the faith.
All right. So again, New Year's Eve, 2021 finally happened. It's been, I think, since we first started Cinequest, this actually was the plan to do it on New Year's Eve. But it's a personal thing for us because so maybe should we go into just like our immediate quick, like, when did you see Pootie Tang? When did you see Pootie Tang? When did I see Pootie Tang? So that way we can talk about like why we're doing this on New Year's, because I think that's important for our listeners to know about our personal lives like that, you know. Well, I'll start it off.
It humanizes Roland a little bit, you know.
I'm sure he's quiet, sitting in the dark.
Gonna change that shit real quick.
But what you got, Ray, man?
I saw Pootie Tang for the first time when Roland and I were living together. I had not seen it before. I think I remember the trailer for it coming out, but it was a Chris Rock. I knew Chris Rock was involved, and by that time, I think Chris Rock, I had no faith in the movies that he was making because most of them were kind of bad. But again, I also didn't know who the writer-director was. I thought Chris Rock had more of a hand in the writing and directing of this movie, so that's why I was kind of like, I'm not going to watch it. But I think I saw it because of you, Daniel. I think you probably brought it over or something. I don't remember how it came into my possession. But yeah, Roland and I were living together, and that's when I saw it for the first time. And it was hilarious. But I didn't own it. I don't know how I watched it. But
it was not through. Actually, they did have it on, I think, some streaming service, or I had in the past, you know, grabbed it up through some other means, you know. But it was on TV. I think actually, like, my fucking ex, she forever owns Pootie Tang on her Amazon Prime because like she had an account, I didn't at the time, and I was like, I love this movie. Come on, please put it on there, you know. And she did. We watched it on Plex, right? That's what we did, yes. Okay. But also, I own Pootie Tang. Actually, oh shit, it's upside down. But yeah,
nice. Ooh,
yeah, and
Blu-ray too.
What's up?
You own it on Blu-ray also. I wasn't aware you had it on Blu-ray.
It's not on Blu-ray. It just has a blue stripe.
Oh.
It's on blue stripe.
No, and actually, a quick little story about just grabbing this disc up. It's taken me about... It took me like 10 to 15 years to find this because for some reason this was like a limited print run or whatever. So when you hit up Amazon expecting like, oh, it's a Chris Rock movie, whatever, like a cult classic, you know, I can find it easily. Good luck, fuckers. The best I could do was like an eBay offering for just the disc for like $60.
Jesus Christ.
And so just every few months, I just kept hitting the internet up, like, where the fuck is this movie? And sometimes, like, longer times would span because I did have, like, streaming access. But it's like, you know, I own, like, 10 DVDs, and Pootie Tang is one of them because I keep what I fucking just absolutely goddamn love, you know? And so this was, like, for a crappy, you know, like, cable TV, non-HD, no touch-ups whatsoever, you know, just... pretty much not too much better quality than what we watched on Plex. Right. $25 still, you know, 20 years later and, or almost 20 years later. And, goddamn, there's just, I love this so much.
I don't own it, so I mean, it might be something I need to like purchase. Then
it was a bit of a holy grail moment for me because it took me a while to find it like at a reasonable like cost because it was just dumb because otherwise you just couldn't find it. And I think actually it was last year when I finally got a physical copy of Pootie Tang. Good story, Dan. Hey, Roll. So when did you first interact with the Poote?
So I mean, I first sat through it with Ray, but I'd heard about it some time ago. I'd seen clips of it, and I just never got around to checking it out. Because I mean, like, I never caught it on cable. I never rented it. It was just one of those movies that I'd heard about from friends, and they were like, "It's fucking hilarious." And I was like, "Oh, cool." I didn't really have a thing for it, and I didn't at the time. Like, I didn't think about downloading it, or if I did, it may not have, like, it would have been.
Well, this was back in like still like crappier internet access days where.
Oh, well, and it was released, yes, but like.
Right, years afterward.
Years like, after, and you know what? Like, I'm trying to remember if when we watched it, if I feel like I downloaded it, or did you bring it, Daniel, when we all watched it?
We may have acquired it from the internet through some way of
purchase
acquisition.
Yeah, I'm sure we purchased it like good Americans.
Totally not shady at all. Yeah, no, we're good boys. We respect the law.
Yeah, you do that. I won't because
Roland, Mokuest Studios and its associated podcast always.
I think we should have consulted Mokuest Legal.
I think the Pootie Tang folks would be cool with it, only because I mean, this movie's pretty much just got like a cult following nowadays. If even that, I want to say that's possibly dwindled down. I'm not too sure because
the cult classic status of this movie.
Huh? What's up?
Is that you're saying the cult status of this movie has like dwindled?
Yeah, he says like it has attained cult status, which I completely agree with. But in the prevailing years, it's just like that fan base has dwindled, or just. The growth was not as, widespread as it should be for this masterpiece.
Right.
So I mean, like finally sitting through it with you guys, like finally sitting through it was great. Like I'd heard about the magical powers of the belt from some time ago, and his wonderful way with words, and Stifler's mom.
We can get into casting here in a sec, but just before we continue, I just want to like put up like something that's even for our listeners who have not seen this movie or whatever, or just had an off reference here or there, because there are some Pootie Tangs in the wider pop culture, and we'll get into those in a sec. I have a little section planned out for it. Not really planned, just outlined. But
I could have sworn you said Pootie Tasms.
Pootie Tasms?
Pootie Tasms. I don't know.
Don't worry about it.
That's what I thought I heard.
Tisms.
Silly goose. But Pootie Tang initially was only released in 714 theaters, so it didn't really even get a chance to really be widespread when it was in theaters.
It wasn't.
Yeah, it was 714 theaters only that it was released in. And I'm not sure how many were in America at that time. That's probably something I could have looked up and not been lazy, but that doesn't sound like very many overall. If, we have like 4 cluster within 30 miles in the RGV.
But at the time, Chris Rock had that Chris Rock show on HBO, so he would
that's actually one thing that's really important with the development of and what made Pootie Tang possible was the success of the Chris Rock show, which is I wanted to go into a little bit later, but it's fine if we do it now. He was at kind of like the height of his career. He had just gotten fired from SNL. In Living Color died, and so he started focusing on stand-up again, and then had a couple successful HBO specials where he first had like a half hour, and then it just sold like crazy. And so HBO gave him a full hour special. And then from there, they're like, hey, do you want to do this show? And he had 5 seasons of that shit. And that's where the Pootie King character was first released into the wild.
Was it like a political commentary? skit kind of thing?
It started off first with a 3-minute long sketch where Chris Rock. It's very much like the interview that our viewers will see with Bob Costas and Pootie Tang.
Okay,
but he's like, but they're talking about an album that Pootie Tang just did, which was "Sign Your Pity on the Running Kind," and but the whole thing is, you have the Pootie, lingo going on, and Chris Rock's responding in English, but he also in the initial take, though, he is talking to Pootie in Pootie language. So, the mythos of Pootie has evolved in the short time that character existed, as far as a active creation. Could actually pull that up probably for our viewers, but fuck them. This is about Pootie Tang, but they can go into the origins if they dig this stuff. But there was also a Pootie Tang for U.S. Congress ad that they did.
Right. Yeah, you shared that with us earlier.
Yeah, a word. I just couldn't remember all. And yeah, I've been drinking, so I can't remember what all I did today. It happens. But yeah, so this movie's fucking amazing. I guess we'll get into my quick history real quick. I won't go too deep into it because I'm just going to rail about this movie enough as is during the course of this. But I first watched it shortly after it dropped. It was on cable. I think because it's Chris Rock thing, it was probably HBO that I watched it on. And what was really cool is that right around this time, Chris also saw Pootie Tang. So I'm not sure if it's one of those. It's a chicken and egg thing. I'm not sure if it could be, one of us saw it and introduced the other, or we had both seen it and then tried to introduce it. I just don't remember. I should have asked him.
You're referring to Chris Chamberlain?
The most electrifying man in the world? You bet.
Yeah, okay, all right. I just wanted to clarify for our listeners out there. Okay.
Well, we probably should be using his old name. It's just Chris, our Chris.
Sorry.
Nobody knows him.
Yeah, we'll bleep you out, Chris. Don't worry, buddy. I got you. Calling Ray out. I got to get Mokuest legal department over here to fucking sort this mess out when you fucking try to sue our asses to get out of your day job.
Bird law is on the case.
Mokuest law is on the case.
Indeed. Well, actually, at this point, we're still working on our law degrees, but just to protect ourselves, we do have a legal department, and we just call it Mokuest Legal, not to be confused with the upcoming Mokuest Law Firm.
That's right.
They have community colleges for lawyer certifications, right? That's the thing. We're doing that, yeah. Because degree is a very strong word. I don't know if Mokuest law needs to go that far exactly.
Roland, you stop it.
Just a thought.
But
Roland, you're
closing out. My
certification, my honorary ribbon.
Just no, bud.
Shut up.
Just to quickly close out the history part of the book, and we actually, or history part of our personal history part of the episode, we can then go into, I guess, who Pootie Tang is and try to get closer to actually talking about some of the other little fun factoids. And anyway, so I think we were just, under the influence New Year's Eve, and I don't know if we started it that year or if it was just something that I was already doing. It's been a long time, but I've done it every year since at least I've known you dudes.
I'm not aware of when the tradition started of watching Pootie Tang on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, but sometime along the way, because you guys were still roommates at the time, so we're talking 2009 through maybe early 11-ish.
2009, 11-ish would be correct.
Yeah, so 2-year period. Sometime in that Pootie Tang got, brought in as a New Year's Eve tradition because it's one of the best movies that's ever been produced. I don't care what any critic says. Fuck you, was it Ebert and Roper who said atrocious things against them? I've got quotes here in my little book.
They've always been fucking idiots.
But, yeah. So I don't know. Maybe for flavor, Roland, could you describe who Pootie Tang is and what he's about? Because I'm sure your little interesting grasp with the English language will do him justice.
Oh, what's it? The king of the running time. Pootie Tang is, what would I consider him? A hero of the streets. He walks around whooping ass with his daddy Daddy Tang's belt of badassness, and the ladies have loved him since the day he was birthed.
And it's a belt I'm pretty sure we would all like to acquire at some point. It's a shame that it's not in production.
The power of the pooty or the power of the belt, or do you want the whole like?
Well, you get the belt, you get the power, you know. So I mean, to an extent.
Would you say
to an extent? No, that's true. No, you're right. I would say to an extent. You got to be somewhat.
The man makes the belt, man.
Yeah, he doesn't. Remember, he doesn't need the belt.
You have to be somewhat Pootie Tang-ish to wield the belt in its full power. As we'll see later on in the film, like that's.
I think Pootie Tang is almost like a ghetto Bruce Leroy, or whatever. He's practically.
You watch your fucking mouth.
So with Pootie's primary weapon,
he can fucking dodge bullets.
Apart from being his charm and his swagger, it'd be his belt, which he inherited from his father on his deathbed. His father's deathbed, not Pootie's deathbed. That'd be a whole different fucking crazy movie. But on
he's
that
his
note,
own father.
Daddy Tang's usage of the belt was akin to, Pootie's, except it was maybe less powerful, or, because as long as you have right on your side, you can whip anyone's ass with that belt. But Daddy Tang, maybe he didn't have his love in his heart for the world, so he wasn't able to fully channel the belt, so he could only use it to try to train Pootie to one day be the man to actually, be the people's champion.
That was Pootie's training montage, getting whooped by that belt at the dinner table.
Precisely. Don't talk dirty. Don't talk nasty in front of your mama, boy.
Don't you get those peas without your mama's permission?
Don't slip a suit, boy.
Right.
Don't you mama,
Pootie,
boy.
Pootie, let's take one of these apples.
Let's give some apples. Yeah.
What the fuck?
But we'll get into that, and you'll see that in the movie, guys. I keep forgetting that this is like a different SinQuest episode where you guys are going to see this shit too.
Sort of.
I still...
You guys are going to have the audio. We got you. Sort of. Yeah. We have to be super careful of all this like DMCA craziness now, guys. Like, we haven't already talked about this. We're just aware of it and have taken some precautions. So...
yeah, we'll see.
If we get demonetized by YouTube for this, we do have a Patreon that you guys can independently support us and say, fuck Google. We're still going to help you guys out because we like you.
That would be nice. I mean, help.
Yeah,
help.
So there's my little plug for the Patreon. And we do have a merch store, but anyway.
Daniel, are you wearing your shirt? Are you still wearing your shirt?
Oh, I am. I am actually wearing one of the high quality SinQuest video shirts that we have offered. I figured I'd dress up for the occasion, be in uniform, as it were.
Ooh, wow, amazing.
Yeah,
fantastic.
And if it looks good on someone ugly like me, think how badass it's going to look on you, listener.
Or viewers.
Because this started off as a podcast, guys, audio only for a reason. We've got the faces made for that world. Anyway, here we are making some mistakes, but tally ho, brothers.
Now I kind of want to make a Pootie Tang. I'll try and make a poster for this one if I can, and then get somebody to print it on a shirt.
Roland, I actually have it perfect. It's going to be the scene where Pootie Tang's fighting all the Pootie lookalikes, and it's us as the Pootie lookalikes getting our asses kicked by him.
That sounds cool. I think I could do that.
Oh, Roland, I have to make you aware that you would have to get that ready by bare minimum
tonight, basically
11 o'clock tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I've already got a few things down. And
no need to talk about it. Let's move on. Okay, so is there any more information that you want to give us before we actually jump right into this movie, Daniel?
Actually, yeah. There's going to be a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I spent 2.5 hours today just with coffee and just my cat in my lap, just watching YouTube videos, just different articles, reviews, whatever, just and then just gleaning out little bits from there. We usually do this towards the end of the movie, or sometimes we jump around with it, but typically it's up towards the end with the budget and box office stuff. So I do have some conflicting data on this, but initially this movie had a budget of $2 million, but the money holders or somebody at Paramount liked the pitch, so they doubled it to $4 million. But another source that I read or saw said it was up to $7 million. So there's a little bit of conflicting, data there, but $4 or $7 million. But one thing is that this movie lost $3.7 million. Yeah, it's
it all went into Wanda Sykes' wigs. And the bullet time.
I got some other shit here. I was just on the wrong page. There's a bunch of celebrities who've actually talked about or not a bunch, but just interesting celebrities who have talked about the Pootie Tang character or the movie or whatever. Evidently, Kanye West. Oh yeah, Kanye got in the mix on the Pootie discussion. He had a chat with Chris Rock where he said that Pootie Tang's the most important movie of the 20th century. And then apparently Kanye began to break it down for fucking Chris Rock. And Rock said, it was on an Ed Norton interview, he was like, yeah, he knows this movie better than I do. Didn't go into detail what Kanye was talking about, but if you watch this movie enough and you get it, you go, oh, I see that.
I thought the person who was interviewing him was
Jimmy Fallon was talking to Chris Rock, but Chris Rock was talking about an interview he had on the Ed Norton show where
Kanye was
about a conversation with Kanye.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Yeah, so it's this Inception thing, shows talking about shows about conversations that happened in some other context.
Because the interview you showed us it
was Chris Rock talking to Fallon about all this bullshit.
That detail was kind of overlooked by me because of the fact that you had mentioned that his and I saw this too, the fact
the
that Chris Rock's eyes,
Chris Rock might be a reptilian,
fucky eyes,
reptilian kind of long.
The eyes just flash. The
vertical irises, vertical lids.
Yeah, right.
But I mean, realistically, that looked just like a fucking internet leg.
Yeah, I was trick of the light, oh no. Then David Icke's this is how they get you. They convince you it's a trick of the light, but it's really all overlords in a phase shift.
Yeah, and Chris Rock was the guy, right? Chris fucking Rock, right?
Chris Rock, I know you've come back into prominence, so you probably won't sue me for these sort of things, but please don't, man. This isn't definition of character. It's just from YouTube comments. I didn't notice it the first go when I started just looking at people's take on it, because there were 8 comments and 6 of them are about is everyone going to not talk about his eyes at the beginning?
We'll have to ask him on Twitter.
So anyway,
if he has
some fun trivia about this movie. Wanda Sykes, in an interview on Conan, talked about, because Conan apparently also loves Pootie Tang.
Well, he had a cameo, right?
No, that was Andy Richter.
Andy Richter was on there.
Oh, it was.
Oh, actually, he did have a cameo. No, there was a flash of an interview with him and Pootie Tang.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. But yeah, Andy Richter was on there though.
Yeah. So Conan asked Wanda Sykes if she wanted her kids to watch her work, and she's like, no. And he was and they talk about Pootie Tang. She's like, definitely not Pootie Tang. And she brought up her daughter or whatever, and she's like, yeah, because when she's walking out the house and some midriff thing in a short skirt, and I try to tell her no, she'd be like, okay, Biggie Shorty. Then this movie got fucking trashed by Ebert and Roper, but fuck their opinion, but just some of the words they used and phrases were pretty strong. The most salient of those was Ebert saying, it's not merely bad, it's incompetent. And they also talk about how this felt like this movie was missing a bunch of scenes. It felt like a series of DVD outtakes all just jumbled together into one, 80-minute package. They said it felt incomplete, just they were not kind at all. But fuck them.
So watching this just reminded me a lot of watching like Fear of a Black Hat. So, I mean, I can see where some of that's coming, but like, why are those bad things? Like, it was amusing, like the way it's all.
I mean, you have to think about like the lowbrow humor sort of. I mean, that doesn't get much critical acclaim, and this is kind of right up there. I mean, I can't say like that critics are have a bias against whatever they're fucking reviewing.
Right.
And I mean, to agree,
everything.
How many times in your life have you agreed with a critic and the way they reviewed a movie? Honestly,
probably never. I was arguing with or not arguing, but talking with Daniel about it earlier. How I don't understand that like someone can like these people, professional, shitters or whatever on something, and like what do they actually like? That where they go in, their own movies. Get the fuck out of here! Like you could be fucking kidding me.
Well, I mean, the one thing most people have pointed to that I've seen where they talk about critics and their critiques of movies is that is it Roger Ebert or it was Roger Ebert, right? The white haired guy, right? The bigger guy.
Yeah.
Well,
the white guy looks kind of like a drag queen or like somebody transitioning, kind of. I mean, I think he's dead now, so he can't sue us.
Well, at some point he had like lost his jar or some shit.
Yeah, the estate of that dude, don't sue us, please don't. Like,
he made the movie or was part of the movie Beyond the Valley of the Dolls or some shit like that, and that movie's hot. That movie's hot trash, So I mean.
These people are basically they're full of shit.
Yeah, most critics are harsh. Like they can't like really create the art that they're criticizing. So I mean,
right
there you go. Or if they do, it's kind of shitty. I mean, if it's good, I mean, it's good. But if it's not, it's not. So
which is unironically take themselves so seriously.
That was a nice way of creating art, Ray. That's a nice little transition to the last little point I want to bring up about Pootie Tang and wider kind of pop culture and its permeation in certain circles. Before we get into this movie, and mind you, listeners, this is very important. There is a strain of marijuana called Pootie Tang.
Are there any like YouTube videos or any sort of
dude? Actually, I've got a YouTube video. I do.
Well, no,
they review
like
the strain
that they smoke the weed and then they start talking like Pootie Tang.
So the thing is, I found one video.
That should be us.
I got you, man. So on the subject of so where is it? So this dude read a 2-paragraph long, or he didn't even read it to 2 paragraphs. He's kind of read the first half where it was talking about the strain itself because he found some article by Westward called Why Colorado Tokers Love Pootie Tang. But it's about the weed. And so that's the first paragraph. And then the second paragraph, it just has a short little blurb about like it being inspired by this, Chris Rock and Louis C.K. production and about this crime fighter, da-da-da-da-da. But the dude spends like 5 minutes going over the first paragraph, doesn't mention anything about like the source of Pootie Tang. And so I was like, man, fuck this guy. This guy's not only a lazy researcher, because that's 2 fucking paragraphs for his whole presentation, apart from just going, let's see what Leafly says about this strain and let me hit it real quick. Okay, let's read 1 paragraph. And it was like super underwhelming because it was like, because the article itself is like, why, because I was hoping that article would be at least 3 paragraphs long because they go like, and then, it's people like, Pootie Tang, but no. Goddamn stoners can't follow through with anything.
Nope.
Right? Fucking lazy motherfuckers.
Can't read for shit.
Fucking Reefer Madness was not wrong. And then I guess another little fun thing. The last thing I found was something that was posted, I think it was 6 months ago. It was some sort of like lame ass Call of Duty, whatever the new game is. But it was some team play footage on YouTube that these dudes, and the video was called Trio Win with Pootie Tang and Milts. So
what's
there
Milts?
I have no idea. I just reading the whole title for being accurate, for accuracy's sake. But yeah, just somebody in their parties named Pootie Tang, and I think that's fucking hilarious. It's just like he's out there. You just got to keep your eye out. And listeners and viewers, I guess now, as we go through bits of this movie, you'll be able to identify things, like Wadatah and Sepa Town. And our friend David Cross actually has a section where he helps teach us how to be like Pooty. So,
Blackface.
I think with that,
That's
do you guys
true.
want to buckle up, buckaroos, and just, do this shit?
I am ready to go aboard Pootie Tang.
All right. Third time in like 3
Make
days
sure
watching
you,
this bitch.
Hold on, let Roland take his sip there. But before you push play, for those, if we are on YouTube and this video works, make sure that you subscribe to CineQuest video down below, somewhere there. And
Hit
there's
the bell
also
for
Look us up
notifications,
on
do all that
Patreon.
shit.
all that nonsense.
And maybe we can get a hold of that Pootie Tang strain.
And you can,
Test
hey,
it out.
watch my fucking ass, man. Like, we're in Texas.
I mean, Daniel can.
Daniel, you're in like
Safe zone.
legalized state right now.
I'm a willing guinea pig. Why not? I'll give the marijuana
Or
a try
you
for
can-
Pootie Tang.
You can send us Patreon money so we can get tickets to head out to Daniel's place, and then we'll all have it together.
Yes, but before you do that, make sure you check out the links below, and that's for our merch and all the links to our podcast down below.
Yeah, and another way to support us, once again, bring up the merch store, we could turn that into, trying out Pootie Tang for ourselves. So
Yes.
Or
facilitate some
try it out for
travel,
yourself,
and then you
and
get
then-
some Mokuest live stuff, at
You
the
guys could
pizza
try it out and
parlor,
then
trying to
talk to
figure out
us.
the menu after Pootie Tang, watching the movie and having the strain. Like, it could just be an extravaganza, listeners, and you can make this possible with donations on Patreon and support through our merchandise site at Teespring. Yeah, I'm getting
do it.
good at this.
We didn't
Look us
We're
up on the
professional.
social
we didn't
medias.
stumble that much at all. So, okay, I'm ready.
All right.
Daniel,
3, 2, 1. Let's do it, baby.
Oh.
All right, here we go. I'm super excited, guys. I love this movie. I've seen it so many goddamn times. Oh, never gets old.
Honestly, I think this is like the fourth time I've seen this movie, maybe the
We
fifth.
have with us today a man who is so
But
much
I
a
am
part of the culture that
usually
it
pretty
scarcely
stoked to
needs
watch
an
this
introduction.
movie. So,
Pootie Tang, good to have you here with us. Seventh time. Pootie Tang, you've had incredible success, and you've had it.
can I ask you, like, the first time you saw this movie, like when he was
Films,
speaking,
martial
were you
arts,
prepared for the fact that he wasn't like
How do you do it? What makes you tick?
he was speaking in his own language?
Dude, it was just like a trip. I was like, what is this? And it was just fucking hilarious, man. Just like, it's like one of the wildest movies I've ever seen. Like,
My brother, Wadatah. I understand that you got a new movie coming out. Is that right?
When I first saw this and like he started speaking in the way he speaks, I couldn't. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Is this? the
well,
way he's
yeah,
supposed to
like
be, like-
naturally, but it's
Yeah.
like, but the whole interplay with him and Bob Costas here, it's like just brilliant. Like,
Shorty and Robert Vaughn.
I think Bob Costas has come out in like numerous movies where he's played like the interviewer, but like he does it pretty well. Like he doesn't seem to break character at all.
Sign your pity
yeah.
on the running time.
And the soundtrack for this fucking movie is just amazing.
You know, the fact that it's done by MTV is reason enough to go and explore other MTV creations such as like Joe's Apartment,
Oh, word.
which is a movie I haven't, I've never seen in my entire life. But
The head of corporate America.
Well, I mean, and then MTV Studios also did Hustle and Flow, which is amazing.
yeah,
Because they knew that there was one man who could fight the one man who could stop the madness.
One heck could beat Dick Lechner like the LAPD.
That man was Pootie Tang. See that guy? That's bad bitch. The bad drunk.
it's funny like some of these characters have that same kind of
Here comes Dirty D.
I'm gonna say like what's the word I'm looking for? Is it just like language that Pootie Tang uses?
Like parlance.
Is that's what? Yeah, sure. That's what. Dirty D, Bad Biddy. Like, it's just fucking weird.
Oh, like it's half-ass like alliteration, but
Sure, yeah.
they're like almost like hominin-y sort of
Yeah.
thing.
Froggy, the muscle.
Froggy.
And this guy actually, I
Is
think he
it-
did it before this or right during it, but he was on The Wire and he was amazing in it.
I didn't catch this the first time I saw this, but is he wearing green the entire movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
That fucking
just
bowler
different material,
hat.
but he still has the same bowler hat. I think in every scene.
I love that dirty money, clean drugs. That's fucking weird.
And then the dude who plays Dirty D, he's a badass actor as well.
Oh yeah. I've seen him.
He was also in Oz.
He was the guy that came out in Airheads as like as the guy who like fixes like the reel to reel for fucking Brendan Fraser and Steve Buscemi.
Oh shit!
And,
I haven't seen that movie in a million years, so I would
well,
not.
He has that classic line in fucking Airheads where he tells Adam Sandler like, "You want to take a step back?
Cathy.
You're stepping on my dick, man." Like, this scene right here is fucking great.
Yeah, baby. Just showing up to a crime scene to stop it, and he's like, well, I got a boogie first. It's my intro, yo. Sabatau.
I'll be honest with you, like I feel like I should walk into work doing this exact fucking thing. Just fucking, as soon as I walk into that fucking entrance, just fucking get down, say, well, Sabatau.
I'm down.
Fucking like studio lights just on Ray. Yeah.
Dude, I've been waiting for my time to fucking walk into work and get this done, you know. So.
Yeah, but then they're gonna be like, man, this guy must really love his job. No.
Oh yeah, right.
Yep.
Absolutely.
You
not.
know, Pootie Tang's play on the Matrix, dodging bullets and then deflecting them with his ponytail. If y'all can't see that, and now it's belt time.
Was this before the Matrix or after?
After, because the Matrix came out in like 99,
okay.
I believe it was, and this movie was 2001.
Oh
Yeah.
shit, this was 2001. I thought it was like 19.
Yeah.
Like late 1990s.
Negative.
All right.
No. Came after.
FYI, everyone, Pootie Tang knows capoeira. If you didn't catch that.
K kicked his ass like a motherfucker. Wacha.
Did you guys look in the background there, up in the power lines? How like you normally see shoes and like little things. There was like chairs and shit that were hanging from there.
No, I didn't catch that at all.
So now Pootie is in a fun scene, you know, strangling Dirty D. Chick says hey, and he's like, oh yeah. This is a brilliant scene. I wish we could show this without our Mokuest logo all over it.
Cinequest logo.
Oh yeah. Well, you know.
Well, I mean,
Same
you have
company.
to bypass the movie copyright people, so I hope it's sufficient enough. But I mean, you never know. We'll find out when we upload it.
Sadatay.
Yeah, Pootie Tang was so important to get a budget TLC to make a theme song for him.
You know,
But they're an actual like music group. They just got like conscripted for this.
Did they not even try to get the actual TLC to get on here? Because I'm almost certain that.
Well,
they
I think
done it.
Left Eye was already like dead at that point. Wasn't that the one who
2001?
croaked? What?
Yeah, Left Eye's dead, but I mean, like, it was 2001. Like by that time, when she was gone already.
I think so. Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but sure.
Roland, you don't know anything about TLC, baby. Come on now.
I'm not as
Table,
well
ladders, and
traveled.
chairs. I love those WrestleMania events.
Yeah, they're the best. That's the one where like Kane was set on fire and Mankind did the creeper claw up someone's
Waterfalls,
ass.
Creep. Come on now.
Waterfalls, man.
Yeah, Waterfalls.
Yeah.
Scrubs.
Scrubs
Boy, that was Destiny's Child. My bad.
No, Scrubs. No. Scrubs was TLC, man. I don't
Oh, it
want
was
no
TLC.
Scrubs.
Word.
Yeah,
Like,
was,
sorry,
yeah.
they're both fucking irritating, and their songwriters are bereft of any creativity, so all it sounds the same. Just like, oh, this three-chick group, that three-chick group.
Daniel's opinion of TLC does not reflect the view of Mokuest Studios.
It does for the Pacific Northwest Division. The
For the
entire
Pacific
staff
Northwest
here is
Division,
behind
sure.
there.
But as
Actually,
Mokuest,
it's
as
on the
Mokuest as a whole,
applications.
TLC. I'm sorry, like I love them, so I'm like I won't let you disparage their fucking good name. So
Ray, listen to Scrubs again and tell me 75% of it isn't the same like 6 fucking words over and over.
but that's pop, baby. That's pop. You can't. You're gonna go disparage every pop song prior to
I'm
that.
not going to talk to you about music anymore. I think that settles it, Ray. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm off AOMX. Like, we're done. It's pop. Fuck you. Pop can be better.
No,
Wish for better, Ray.
Pop can be better.
I agree with Ray.
Oh, Pootie Tang's origin story.
And that town was called Chicago.
Who's the comedian who is Pootie Tang's friend?
Fucking JV Smooth, I think is his stage name.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know that.
Actually, let me consult my DVD cover.
The way he speaks, like that's just the way
That's
he
his
speaks all
normal
the time.
voice.
That's his normal
And actually,
voice.
he's gotten voice acting work and some like other shit too.
Well, I mean, the last thing he was in was, I think, like the Spider-Man sequel. He was like the teacher.
Yeah,
Mr.
Mr. Shit,
Shell.
guys.
Wait, which
So the scenes,
which Spider-Man sequel?
the one
Homecoming?
in Homecoming, yeah,
no shit.
the fucking the second Brit guy that did Peter Parker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Tom Holland, that's the fucker's name. There you go.
Yeah.
All right, Pootie Tang.
Pootie was just too hot to handle.
As far as his voice acting work goes, he was in the Harley Quinn cartoon that was put out last few years. As Frank the Plant.
No, I think this scene right here where the woman is just throwing Pootie Tang's toys and shit out.
So like,
Yeah,
I
mind
first
you guys,
saw
so
this.
Pootie Tang, like we may have been talking over it, but Pootie Tang has an effect on all people, but particularly
Yeah.
the ladies, not girls, grown ass women.
Yeah.
So
I
in
first saw
this
this
scene,
and I thought it would have been
there's
funny
a
if it
woman
was his
throwing
mom.
all of his shit, like teddy bears, his
His
big
big wheel.
wheels and everything, saying, "Yo, get out of here! I can't. I'm tired of your shit." And then she starts weeping, like, "Pootie, don't go." And mind you, he's about 6 years old in this scene.
His father, Daddy Tang, worked hard to raise Pootie right. He had
Daddy Tang.
Daddy Tang.
that belt.
You know, I think I did mention prior that this is probably like the funniest I find Chris Rock in as far as like a movie role.
Word.
Even funnier than fucking like CB4 or any other movie that he's starred in. He's better as a side character to me.
Co-star, okay.
Yeah,
He's got a
no,
lot, like he's great with his cameos.
yeah, as a side character or as just a cameo, like he's great. But like for him to like
As a main
a
or
starring
whenever he's in the camera
No.
a long time, it's not good.
no,
Yeah.
as a starring role, like he doesn't do too well. So
No, he's not good. It's bad.
I think the
Very bad.
closest he did well was
He's not an actor, he's a
was in
comedian, he's a
CB4.
writer.
Like CB4 was probably like
Daddy Tang and his belt was
a good starring role for him, but after that, like I can't think of a role where he
Now, when I say he was
shine
always
in any
there, I
way.
mean
So
he was always there.
No. I mean, like again, as a main, no. Like they were all bad. Head of State.
well, fuck Head of State, or that other one where where's the one where he was like he was a white guy who died, or like
He was
that
like
was
Angel or
like
whatever.
down-
Yeah.
down to-
Down to
yeah, that
earth.
was
Yeah.
Down to
Down
Earth.
to earth. Yeah.
Fuck
That was
that
a
movie.
piece
God,
of
that
shit.
movie
that's a
God
garbage
damn
fucking
it.
movie.
That movie fucking sucked. It was such a stupid premise. I was like, this would have been funny on SNL, guys. Like, but for a fucking like hour and a half or whatever, like no. So we went to go watch
Although
it in the
this
theaters.
scene right here. The fact
Get
that his
fucking
father
power
died
slammed
by
by a
fucking
goddamn gorilla.
Gorilla.
Just happens, you know. It's a fatal attack.
On his deathbed, Daddy Tang had Pootie make a solemn promise.
And the thing is, like, the fact that we have our logo over this movie.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone saw the fact that it was written and directed by Louis C.K. So
Right.
the fact that he wrote and directed this fucking movie.
Yeah, before he was Me Too'd. As
Yeah,
Daniel
but I mean,
Yeah.
he is out and
mentioned.
about, like, doing his comedy still. He,
Oh no, he is. Yeah, like
This movie,
whole thing was
that's what I think that makes this
questionable.
movie so funny is that like I mean, regardless of the fact that we'll get to like some details later about like the editing and all that kind of stuff, but
Well, yeah, but like this character was not made by Chris Rock. It was made by Louis C.K. Like
Yeah.
it was just something that I was reading some shit or listening to some shit about how this is just a character that he just wanted to like the concepts of like being so cool, like being too cool for words or whatever, just kind of being
Yeah.
like an all around stand up dude. That it's like just a jack of all trades and master of all of them, apparently. He just had this idea and they just pitched it to Chris Rock and he was like, cool, let's just try it. And so then they pulled in Lance Crouther, who plays adult Pootie Tang, who was a writer on the Chris Rock show. And they just tried it out and they had a 3-minute segment or a 3.5-minute interview with Pootie and Chris Rock, and it was fucking funny as shit. But Chris Rock, during the course of the show, they did use Pootie Tang a few times, but they were very worried about trying to make it like not like a SNL kind of In Living Color sort of thing where it's just this recurring character or whatever. So they had to be very sparing with the Pootie Tang shit. So even though they were very reserved and peppering him in throughout the 5 years of the show, they still got this fucking movie made, and that's amazing. And I love this PSA.
Welcome to the Bammies.
I want to make it clear to the persons listening or the persons watching that Daniel uses Pootie Tang language on the regular.
Oh, all the time, man. Yeah, like I call people my damies. Like I have a bunch of characters on games that like, Sadatay and Wadatah and shit.
Yeah, since I've known Daniel, like he has used the Sadatay, my damies.
He's used Sadatay
all the time. Like this isn't just something brand new. Like this is
often.
This has been years in the making.
Enter Dave Attell.
Enter Dave Attell, indeed.
He's so good at this kind of character.
It's funny that they get Dave Attell, and Dave Attell seems willing to participate because Louis C.K. is a comedian, Dave Attell comedian. Like they can pull a bunch of comedians together to make this fucking movie. Where the fuck is Doug Stanhope? Doug Stanhope should be in this fucking
Chris
movie.
Rock, Wanda Sykes.
Wanda Sykes, yeah, for sure. Wanda Sykes is fucking great in this movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah,
she's got
feel
one move and she works it to perfection.
They should have got Doug Stanhope to play the main corporate guy.
Oh, the sleazeball. Oh, no. He could have been fucking Dave Attell, and Dave Attell could have been, Dick Lecter.
Or somebody.
Because as Stanhope comes up, is like, hey, doesn't even put his cigarette out, is like, drink in hand.
Drink in hand, fucking smoking a cigarette. Yeah, he would have been great.
And he has like a crumbled up version of the fucking contract in his back pocket, like, oh yeah, here's this for you. And
yeah, this movie would definitely be deserving of a remake. Or redux.
No. Not at all. No,
Do it with fucking come on.
The only way this would work as a remake is if you get every fucking person.
Louis C.K. as the sheriff.
Every person in this movie to reprise their role, and you just add like a Doug Stanhope or some extra comedians to be on this fucking.
Doug Stanhope.
Do not change the story.
I want this as a Disney remake.
The auto include is going to be fucking Pete Davidson, and fuck that guy.
No, fuck off. Oh no, it turns into an SNL abortion pass. Hard pass.
I'm telling you, man.
Hard. Fuck.
Pootie Tang's got like 30 kids, and it's like he's doing anti-abortion PSAs, and like,
all right.
And there's like clips of him snapping his kids with a belt when they're misbehaving.
Fuck that.
Pootie Tang says corporal punishment is for the dillies.
He seems like a nice person, but he is the most annoying motherfucker behind on the camera. Get that shit out of here. And on to Big Small.
Biggie Shorty, baby.
Biggie Shorty.
There we go.
Get it right, Roland. Come on now.
I'm distracted, all right, by stupid.
I thought you were distracted by Wanda Sykes' like sexy outfit
big
or something.
ass bouncing around. Yes, that too. It's a double effect.
It's fucking hilarious that like they know where to find him in this like shitty neighborhood, and the fact that they're
dude, it's corporate America.
Yeah.
No one can hide from corporate America.
Why are they also in a shitty neighborhood? Like fucking Pootie Tang has money.
I love how there's like a pile of trash right in front of the door of the car, and instead of just like walking past
he probably funds the PSAs himself and shit because he believes in that stuff so much. Like he's a man of the people, man. Like he's just backing his words up with his fucking money, his actions with his fucking money,
Yeah, so Pootie Tang for president, Pootie Tang for, if not president, fucking
Pootie Tang for mayor of Chicago.
Yeah, mayor of the small town of Chicago.
That's right.
Nah, dude,
you gotta start
fucking
small, right?
department or whatever is like the war secretary. So because everyone would like not want to fight us then because they'd be like, Wadatah, my damies.
Because he can dodge bullets and whoop anyone's ass.
Let's sign the
with his
peace
belt.
treaty immediately.
Yeah, what's the dealie do?
Pork chunks.
Pork chunks. Now with more pork and
Yum.
sugar. Nom nom. For your wholesome diabetic breakfast.
Onset adolescent diabetes. Yes.
It's hilarious is that like if looking at Pootie Tang as a character, like he is a wholesome role model for children.
Yep.
Yeah.
Always
That's
like
right.
don't eat sugar, don't do drugs, don't drink alcohol, don't smoke cigarettes.
Right. Don't
eat your
eat,
vegetables.
Don't go for fast food.
Eat vegetables, drink your
Eat your
milk.
greens.
Yeah.
He is. He's a very wholesome figure.
Could we say that
who
this is
also
like
happens
almost-
to love to bang in the honeys?
Is this almost like
And
you say
they
like kids
love
movie?
Him.
I think this is a movie for everyone if they can
know what?
understand the
This could
English
be-
language or know the translation.
This could be a
and just
PG
have
movie.
eyes. Like
The only reason it'd be PG-13 is because I think there are a few bitches here and there. And that's about
well,
it.
they did rate this down. I think I'm not sure if it went up or down from R to PG-13, or I think it went down
This
because
is not
of
an R movie. There's no way.
No. The
That could
original
be a-
cut that Louis C.K. was working with. Yeah,
I would have loved to
because
see that.
I guess we get to this now. Like, although he wrote and directed this, he didn't get any chance to help edit this fucking movie. So this
Yeah.
is the Paramount cut of this movie.
Get the fuck in the car.
and the fact that he didn't get a chance to like edit this movie, do you think it would have
That
been
says a lot.
You think it would have been like a bit racier?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, probably because
might- you
like
know what,
I mean,
it would
he
probably
wrote for
would've
the
been
Chris
funnier,
Rock show.
dude.
I mean, yeah,
He
the
fucking
The Chris
wrote
Rock
this,
show is
so-
notorious for that because actually this one video where they're talking about Pootie Tang and like what happened to it sort of thing. They said, before the Chappelle show and after Arsenio Hall, there was the Chris Rock show. Like this was, the fucking, subversive kind of entertainment for, urban audiences or whatever nomenclature you want to put on to make it sound PC, but yeah, so like Chris Rock was like, he was rocketing up. So like, I would think of him like as having peaks in his career, not necessarily like falls, but he has his times where he's super hot, then he kind of goes away for a little bit, then he's super hot, goes away, and now he's back hosting SNL, making more movies. Like it's crazy, Chris Rock, man.
I wish he would stick to like his comedy. Like that's where he's the best. Like he's a great writer. He's a great like.
Well, sure. Oh, Roland, we have to pay attention to this scene.
Oh,
so Pootie Tang's in the studio. They're developing a track.
Yeah.
And our viewers can't see this, so they need to be able to hear what they can, I guess.
Yeah, like as he's like pulling down the faders, he's pulling down the faders of like every fucking track that's on the song, so it's just silence.
What's he got in his mind?
Yeah,
and
now
he
they're
raked
all
her.
off. God damn it.
Okay, Pooty, I'll play back the levels the way you said them. No instruments, no vocals, no levels, everything silent.
Again, this is like Fear of a Black Hat fucking just to a T. It's the stupidest, hilarious shit.
Pooty don't need no words, don't even need
He's basically just mimicking like he's singing and with the most aggressive
Like he's
passion.
fucking screaming.
I mean, his veins are popping, he's, eyes are closed. He slumps over the mic.
Yeah. To completion.
And to continue this amazing scene, Chris Rock is a DJ. And this scene, guys, like go find Pootie Tang somehow and just watch this clip. Look up on YouTube because this scene is the movie, I think. It's the heart of like how good Pootie Tang is and his influence on, the world.
You see,
or at least
Chris
Chicago.
Rock go spastic with all the CDs and shit.
But it's too good.
the fact that Chris Rock has like that look on his face, his mouth is
right
like
there,
half
where
open,
he
and he
holds
just
it.
kind of like holds it. Oh, that's
Yeah,
fucking
there
great.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
fucking
checking the
kid
levels.
turning it up.
Check the levels of silence. That's good. That's good.
She have a little kid jamming to this,
Yeah.
guys, and then like a short order cook that's dancing to this now.
Yeah.
Turn that noise down, damn it!
Legendary Pootie Tang has done it once again with his new song entitled
Yeah, the girl who's in this scene, she's also a comedian.
Yeah,
I think at some
I don't know who the fuck she is, man.
I think at some
but,
point
like,
she was going out with Jack Black. And I guess because I saw her in like one of the fucking episodes of Tenacious D, where she goes backstage and she's like, guys, like I'm like down with it, like I want to fuck you guys and all this kind of stuff, because they sing a song that basically says like they want to fuck their backstage baddies and shit like that. But yeah, she comes backstage and then Jack Black's like, you're mistaking the art with the artist. Like that's not me, you know? Yeah, they had enough money to bring in Missy Elliott, who was probably like fucking like riding high on her fucking albums and shit.
Brick House 2000.
So much glass in those rings, though.
You know what's funny is that like at work we do have a cover rendition of The Rain from Missy Elliott, and I hear it like every day.
That's hilarious.
And I'll be honest with you, like I like that song a lot. So I mean, whatever.
Oh, it's a great song.
No,
I
yeah.
just don't know how I feel about it, like a toned down, cover friendly for where you work.
No. Yeah, but the thing is, when I hear the song itself, like I revert back to the actual original.
Oh, word.
So like I can block out the cover and listen and hear the original in my fucking head, you know.
So classic Pootie Tang interaction.
Daniel, I don't know if you wanted to bring up the fact that this track itself was going to be play a part in your life. Earlier? Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah. So, Mokuest news. I proposed to my girlfriend or whatever. So we have like no definite plans or whatever. Not important. But today, when the three of us were watching this let's just go through it again before we get to the show. She was here hanging out, watching it, and she's seen it before, just had forgotten a bunch about it because, substance abuse happens. But she was listening to the song. She's like, we need to dance to this at our wedding. And I started laughing. She's like, I'm serious. And I was like, I'm down. Like,
yes,
I know it's a great story, but
it's Mokuest supported. Like that needs to happen. If anybody gets married, they should probably dance to this fucking song.
And so Pootie's escaping the club in his little elevator, going up to his apartment. He's got a chick all up on him. And this chick is going nuts over him. And
Daniel, you had some trivia regarding this girl.
I do, man. So I found a video today from this actress. She has a YouTube series where she like talks about moments in movies or shows that she's been in. And this was like one of her earlier acting gigs. And the role was cast as like party girl or whatever. And it's kind of billed as just like somebody obsessive of Pootie Tang. And so all of this scene where she's going crazy in the elevator and shit, and even the lines that she speaks, that was all ad lib or done at her audition. So she has a thing where she's like, I didn't know what I was going to do in that elevator, but all I knew is I was going to go like nuts and go as hard as I can with it. And then she turned into this like real positive thing where she was like, even though this was like a small bit rolls don't really exist because they can turn into bigger things. Because apparently she got some regular series job like on TV or something after this role because of this role.
Because of this role?
Yeah, like they just saw her in this and were like, dude, you know, like you're a hard sell or whatever. Like this is, you know, her telling her own story, so there might be some bullshit there. But yeah.
Well, you know, I mean, it's funny, like the fact that she's. You never know what role is gonna get you to like the next one. So I mean, I guess go hard every fucking time.
Yeah, and that was her like whole point, like
yeah.
this little video. So it's like this like inspirational thing for aspiring actors, right? You know, don't ever think of it as a bit part or inconsequential, like because it could lead to who knows where. And then I thought that was cool. And so that would be another scene for our listeners to actually go and find Pootie Tang and check out because that shit's just fucking hilarious.
Yes, the more you know.
Yeah.
And Wanda Sykes being great in this fucking movie still. Like,
I just love her dancing, dude. Just didn't give a fuck, man.
If the fact that I go into work and I don't get like the music and the ability to dance like Pootie Tang, like I should go in like Wanda Sykes.
Well, Wanda Sykes, yeah, because even I can dance like that, so you're straight.
Just go.
Just try to throw out your hip every time and wave your arms around. You got it.
You know, the fact that they threw in the scene with this old man and his like thirsty ass fuck.
This is probably what they put in to make it PG-13.
This thirsty as fuck old man.
Yep.
Wanting some ass from this black woman. You know, who's that comedian guy in the back? Like, I've seen him multiple times.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but yeah. Word.
It's like a skinny Will Sasso doing his fucking.
He does a pretty funny. He has a pretty funny like stand up on Netflix. I think it's called Honey something, but like he's pretty funny. Like, I like him a lot. But that just goes to show you the fact that Louis C.K, Chris Rock, like they just grab a whole bunch of comedians and bring them in to fucking do these roles for these movies.
Well, I mean, it's like that, almost like that Sandler connection, which does extend to fucking Chris Rock as well, because of like, what was that? Dad's movie or whatever.
He was in
Daddy Daycare or whatever the fuck, and Longest Yard. Yeah, right.
Yeah, they just bring in their friends because, I mean, it's money.
Why not?
I mean, that's how Rob Schneider's got to work apart from Demolition Man forever.
Judge Dredd, too. Like,
oh, word, yeah.
Do you think that Rob Schneider and like tried to become best friends with Sylvester Stallone?
Dude, I bet they hang out still. They just keep it on the low, man. Because Stallone's always like, well, you know, it's not really cool to, you know, let people know that, you know me, right? Oh, I just like hang out with you, Sly. That joke sponsored by alcohol.
Yeah, like alcohol is really fueling this this episode right now.
You are the sexiest bastard.
Do you think a dude could say that to a woman at a bar? What Wanda Sykes is saying to fucking Pootie Tang?
Oh, hell no, man.
He gets fucking slapped across the face.
Security's taking your ass out, you know, roughing you up along the way, like little rabbit punches, you know, to the fucking, you know, ribs, you know. And you can't do this now. Like, if a chick did it, it'd be fine, but like, going around, sexy girl, baby girl, sexy girl, we go, sexy, baby girl.
The scene that's coming up with Stifler's mom is laugh so fucking hard with this scene.
Dude, the stupid lion sounds they make too, it just like it makes me laugh every fucking time. And then her like little snarly smile is just like, oh. So fucking perfectly funny, man. God damn it.
Someday you gonna meet the Darth Vader of TNA. Some woman's gonna kick your ass and love you to death. And then you gonna be lying in the dumpster. Done banged to death by the
Foreshadowing much.
By the dark side of love.
I'm gonna be there.
Yeah, right. When you've hit rock bottom, when you've lost everything, I'll be there. Just scrape you up.
And actually, if they were in a bad neighborhood, JB would have never done that, man. Like, he'd have fucking gotten, like, stabbed or something, man.
By Stifler's mom.
Well, there's a stabbing about to occur.
Yeah. Still, again, not Truckee. Is it possible to be stabbed by a vagina? Because I think that's what's happening here.
She's dry humping him to death right now. It's hilarious.
Have to, ask, is she jerking him off or something? Like, is she just dry humping?
I think all the jumping and stuff. I think she's probably dry humping him, but maybe she's gotten the fly down, and she's probably not wearing panties. I mean, she's
squeezing
a
it between her
man.
legs. She's trying to yank it off with her thighs.
Hoochie ma, chicken head. That's how she's introduced, man. Like.
And now the eyes of fear and confusion. He wants
Pootie
to
Tang
but it
exits the
hurts.
club.
Oh, this is shit.
I love this scene. I wish people could see this.
I love how he flails around like an idiot. I ain't sure.
Wadatah, my damie.
Hey, I'm not your damie.
So much. Hey, I'm not your damie.
I told you.
So Pootie whipped him out with his belts, making sure he's okay.
I gotta tell you, man, the craziest thing that's happened to me. I'm in the club.
He breaks out a fucking gun. Oh man!
First thing Pootie does is push Truckee inside, though, man.
This is so
Hero
great.
first.
This is so good.
And now he's giving fucking Wonder Woman her fucking run for her money right now, deflecting every bullet with his belt buckle, which one deflects and hits the guy in the chest.
And Truckee shows up with a fucking
Fifth wall break as Truckee comes out with an axe.
Fire axe out of nowhere. Oh, it's just normal axe. Whatever. The point is, what?
Oh, there's it's not a fourth wall, but almost like a fifth wall break right here when Truckee starts narrating.
Oh, yeah.
He's standing over
narrating
Pootie Tang
out
and
loud.
the
Yeah,
victim.
over the corpse as Pootie's weeping over killing somebody. He's like, "My man, Pootie Tang." Oh, yeah.
And is he looking at the camera there when he looks up and then off to the left, you think? Almost?
Maybe.
Sheesh.
What is Pootie Tang saying in this scene?
Come back on the Betty tie, I believe.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to tell when he's in anguish and screaming, but
This scene is part.
yeah, he brings it back to life. And the guy's like, Pootie Tang, and the guy's like, "Hey, all right, my damie," and then runs to his car. So maybe Pootie Tang's more of a vigilante, according to the police in Chicago. Had to get to the Pootie mobile.
Oh, this scene was pretty great. Where Irene the hoe.
Irene.
Yeah.
Knocks half the aisle down, just getting by.
Well, what Daddy Tang forgot to tell Pootie was about his only weakness, hoes. Even Pootie Tang's belt was no match for
I mean, realistically,
can't beat a hoe with a belt.
I think hoes would be everyone's fucking weakness.
Yep. I don't understand how he hasn't encountered them in the wild until now. Jeez, her fucking face, man. It's so funny.
Snarl smile. It's great.
Just comes off looking like she's about to have a stroke.
She slaps the shit out of
It's
him.
fucking hilarious.
You know, what's funny is that like it took one slap for him to get, it
Scared?
weakened him. It weakened him and scared him. One
to
fucking
turn
slap.
into a sub.
Yeah, one fucking slap. And with the chip defense, as Daniel pointed out earlier, like he breaks out the
chip
chips.
defense.
Yeah.
I wonder if they paid for that before they left. They did damaged goods. Like there's chips all over the floor, unservable portions of bunch of Cheetos.
Who knows if they paid for that shit? I mean,
See,
they could have gone.
these are some of the questions as to provide more proof why we need or more evidence to bear that we need a Pootie Tang 2.
Oh, so you're not okay with a reboot, but a sequel is fine. Gotcha.
Yeah, of course.
Right.
I mean, if you're gonna do like a fucking, if you're gonna bring all the crew back together,
I told you, man. Pootie whipping his 30
like
kids with his belt.
Yeah, it's gonna become son of Pootie Tang or whatever. It's gonna star Jamie Kennedy and
Jamie Kennedy's gonna be like the adopted cousin of Wanda Sykes' character.
Oh shit!
And he's gonna keep trying to be like a Godfather role, and just being annoying. Yeah. I got this movie. We can do this, guys.
You know, the fact that you're invoking Jamie Kennedy, the fact that he's already like been in Tremors, and he's played a character that's completely out of his wheelhouse.
Yes.
I mean, what can he play in this fucking movie? Like
I told you, man. He'd be just the fucking family member just coming in every once in a while, just trying to help coach the kids. And Pootie Tang slaps on the belly. He's like, "You're right. You're right. Respect your children. Respect your fatherhood."
Well, I mean, the fact that
he could be the CEO.
I'm drunk. Like, helps the fact that I didn't hear that. So.
Oh, word, yeah. But I'm telling you, man, Jamie Kennedy has a role somewhere.
Tang has agreed to endorse several controversial products for Lecter Corp, the infamous giant corporation.
Yo, fellas, something on TV about Pootie Tang. Even my kids, man. My kids looked up to him, man. You know what I mean? And they don't even look at dad like they look at him. But now...
I love this scene.
Little man came up to me the other day and was like, man, how can he do that bullshit, man? That... I'm looking at him like, whoa.
Ese tipo un sucio, man. Una culera lo que es, man. No entiendo, man.
Pootie Tang has made my children cry. I'll not support him anymore.
Lecter Corp he owns the name Pootie Tang, his image, and all property rights that go along with it. Pootie Tang has agreed to do several commercials endorsing our sneakers.
Stifler's mom plays like she has like that fucking smile that is very
square face.
Yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but
and this interaction between Wanda Sykes or Biggie Shorty and Bob, God damn it.
But the way things are going now, not only is he sold out, he's scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Pootie Tang was drugged by that crazy ass Irene. Haven't you been watching the movie?
And that's what disturbs me. He's out there telling kids not to go to school, to eat fast food, to do drugs. This is not the Pootie Tang I thought I knew and I used to admire.
Pootie Tang, he would never tell kids like that.
You're in denial. He's out there doing dirt to his own reputation.
You don't know Pootie Tang.
I don't know Pootie Tang. Trust me, I know Pootie Tang, and this is not the Pootie Tang I thought I knew.
You know what? I thought a man of your stature would have better sense than to fall for a mess like that.
Look, this thing is all falling apart. The man used to be admired by people of all walks of life.
And you know what? If the world is gonna fall for this mess about my Pootie Tang, then maybe the world don't deserve Pootie Tang.
What do you think Pootie Tang needs at this point in his life?
He just needs some of my good loving.
You're right.
Yeah, we'll see.
That's right.
Well, that says Pootie. What does that say? Like the sign?
Pootie Tang's Tiny.
What was that? Like, is that a store?
That was his
he had?
club.
Oh,
That was the
it
club where Missy Elliott was
okay.
pouring at. His apartment's on the second floor with the elevator. Yeah.
Okay.
Pootie looked like who did it and ran. Pootie turned to the only woman who can help. Biggie Short.
You know, the fact that Wanda Sykes basically says that she's going to take care of him and jumping ahead that she's also going to have sex with him. Like,
yeah. Roland said foreshadowing earlier. Yeah, but Pootie knew what he was getting into. He's like, all right. She promised, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Pootie's like, done deal.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to like, even if in your most downward or your lowest point, you're not going to turn down sex, according to Pootie Tang. So you're just going to fucking do it. So
we'll see. Was this Biggie Shorty put in the love in him?
Oh, man. Was she?
Because she has that thing later about, you know, him giving the love, putting the love in people because that's why he's a real hero. Maybe this is her hero moment where she puts the love in him by getting the love in her.
She saves him.
So, wait a minute. Are you telling me that he put the love in her, but she also put the love in him? What does that mean? Did she put a dildo in him?
I was speaking figuratively, you sick motherfucker.
Yes, Ray. That's exactly
How
what
dare
he
you
meant.
go that route?
Hey, man, like anyone's sexual preference, like shit that they want to do, that's up to them, man. But I mean, maybe her putting a dildo into him.
Why are you projecting, Ray? That's my only question. Prison sucks, man. We gotta shower every day.
When I first saw this and like he leans over and gives him that little piece of dirt, I was like, oh, that's a piece of fucking dirt, isn't it? You just gotta rub that shit all over him.
Oh, look at the garden shit. You know, you bring it in for me. You know, is that like half-ass smooth pass off? That's some good dirt.
Let's save some of this for later. Puts it in his fucking pocket.
Yep.
You know, later on, whenever he comes back and he gets a country dirt.
Yeah, get that country dirt. Yeah,
throws it in his
mouth. Yeah.
Did he really do that?
Dude, no, is that fake? You know, I'm gonna hold over here. I'm inside profile.
It's off to the side?
Ha ha. Look at me swallow this whole carrot, nephew. Isn't that a magic trick?
Idea.
Yeah.
You get sick.
I mean, I don't think he's that much of a method actor.
I mean, because I've seen actors who have put dirt in their or sand in their fucking mouth, and like
even sand is pretty fucking dirty.
I love how they make a joke about the fourth wall narration through this whole scene.
I told that bitch all these things about this bitch. All these things.
Yeah, he's narrating and also saying
and
at
then
the
telling
same time.
Pootie, yeah, it's just brilliant, man. It's just so funny, just like, yeah, we know what we're doing here. Like,
only did it for the ass. Only did it for the ass. And that Dairy Terry was all the diny, huh? I felt like it saved my life. I just feel like it saved my life. And I messed his all up.
shit, I am getting drunk.
Yeah, I've slowed down at this point because if I drink the rest of this.
See, I'm feeling pretty good about this episode because I've gotten all the facts and shit, the little details and most of the commentary. Now it's just like, let's watch this fucking movie and go, ha ha, and provide some like audio clues for our listeners as to what's going on in the scene. I can do that shit-faced. It may not be coherent, but I can do it. So,
I mean,
party on,
I
Wayne.
could throw the camera down here and show like all the alcohol that's been consumed at this point, but like I don't think I can do that.
It would be inaccurate if I did because I just have my like boneyard here next to my desk, and yeah.
Yeah, like it's down here.
Because you'd see a good like I don't know, drunk fisherman's weekend on my floor right now.
mean, I pretty much finished.
And a bottle of wine when I had spaghetti.
I finished this bottle, so.
Oh, is that it?
I got plenty of liquor.
Yeah, like I'm a lightweight, man. At this point, like, look at that.
Oh, so anyway, guys, at this point in the movie, Pootie Tang and Truckee have left to the country, and Truckee's trying to like join him, and they're trying to farm.
Yeah, Truckee's doing it in his fucking slacks and his goddamn
silk shirt,
shit is. Jackass.
There, you know,
probably wingtip shoes and shit.
There's just some folks that don't farm well.
Yeah, it's just
also,
a joke about like city folk like interact. Yeah, like he's like striking at it like a spear, like
he's trying to chop the dirt.
And it looked like Pootie Tang was using the wrong end of the fucking hoe to hit the ground. So,
yeah, I don't understand how he could have been any much better coming from this. I mean, even though he does come from the small town of Chicago.
Yeah, outside Gary, you know, that metropolis. Still one of the more solid jokes in this fucking movie. Despite all the glory here. And Pootie is doing farm stuff. He's painting a fence right now.
He is down with this farming shit.
And he's looking at a little teddy bear right now. And he's going to wash some windows. And oh, look, the teddy bear is the washcloth. See, and I think that that's not a city folk joke. I think that's just, you know, Pootie Tang is a survivor. He does what he needs. You know. Oh, exactly. This works functionally the same thing as a towel. I'll use
Finds
it.
a Model T Ford. Let's fucking work this. That's cool.
Yeah.
Just put some air in the tires.
Engine working again. Fuck yeah, dude.
No problem. He probably switched out and made a hydrogen engine. Yes, a single
lay on the ground, watering it, all happy as shit. It's hilarious, man.
It makes it seem like it happened the same fucking day because he's wearing the same clothes every. Isn't he? Yeah, every day.
Yeah, well, he just has his farmer stuff on, man.
We did make a joke earlier, the fact that like we do have a CineQuest
contributor
or Mokuest contributor who's participating in the podcast prior, and he does have a garden, and we were saying that he goes around his
has
garden.
that much care with his like every crop he has. He's laying on the ground, you know, watering every little corn stalk or tomato plant, talking to it, you know, trusting the leaves a little bit, you know,
fluffing them.
Oh, Stacey, here it comes. Hey there. You got your can filled all right? Oh, now this here is my daughter, Stacey.
Dilly on. My baby.
As he kisses her hand, and
what
she about creams.
Is she about cream? I'm pretty sure she did cream.
Yep, that was the moment.
Oh, is that her face right now? And she's like, does this smell like me?
Curled her toes.
Is that the hand? Is that saliva or my saliva downstairs?
You stink. Thank you. I want to talk to you about Pootie Tang.
So Dick Lecter has pulled in Dirty D and Frog into his office for the end game, I guess.
You see, we learned that anything can be addictive. We took our brother. MSG. People can't even.
Yeah, he's got a glass case where he's got like all the Lecter core product, like chocolate bars, the fucking Porky chunks cereal, like.
I think those are cigarettes up there on the top.
Yeah, with the little, like looks like cheese balls or peanuts to the left of that one.
I don't need him to sell my products anymore because I've got thousands of them all over the country. I'm just going to give them the clothes and this training table. And remember, when making
David Cross in blackface as Pootie Tang. This is just brilliant, man.
David Cross in leather pants, just.
next week we're opening
Daniel, like, is it wrong for you to want to portray David Cross in a movie?
Like, I've been fighting that for years now because I was like, dude, that's hilarious because I'm like a balding white guy too, and it's like, dude, it's not racist because it's like, but then it's like, but I'm a white guy saying that, you know? So if I show up anywhere and people like, and particularly they don't know about Pootie Tang, they're like, well, fuck you.
Maybe, but
like, I can't be like,
I think
okay,
it's very.
all right.
I mean, that whole thing is super situational.
I want to show
and
to
it's
this
bullshit
Halloween party,
how-
right? Let me show you this movie. And I'm going to put my costume on. It's okay now, right? Like,
I'm David Cross.
That bullshit.
I'm David Cross, for God's sake.
I'm David Cross as Pootie Tang in this movie. And come on, Chris Rock. And I'm getting stabbed to death by a fucking mob. Being called a bigot. And this fucking scene. Hell yeah.
He's been trying to get her ass married since she was 12 years old.
Roland, can I ask you if you were put in a situation like Pootie Tang where there was a random country white girl who brought you a pie and was basically offering her womb over to you, would you react in the same way as Pootie Tang?
Oh, you mean would I rub the pie all over myself and say, "Come get some"?
Yeah, absolutely. If she was thirsty as fuck.
I mean,
nah, Roland would treat it like a cream pie and in her face.
Yeah.
Like, you still want it?
so like I was watching this and thinking to myself, like, would I ever do something like? It's funny you mentioned, I was just like, no. I look like a fucking idiot. Pass. No, I wouldn't. Sorry to anybody, any ladies out there fantasizing about trying that
I'm
shit.
gonna sign your pity on running kind.
It don't work in real life.
Roland, we have many ladies out there fantasizing about like you rubbing pie on your fucking chest, you know.
Yeah, that's. I'm just gonna have to nip that in the bud. Sorry, not sorry.
Are you more of a Wanda Sykes kind of character?
This Wanda Sykes, maybe. Yeah, right. I'd be all right.
Well, I mean, you already dress ridiculous, so it's like not out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah, you put a bandana on her, she's practically you, Roland.
Yikes, Ray! I think your projection is coming out again. Just
no, I'm just drunk.
Calm your nips.
Well, I mean, this is why the camera is, shoulder up.
Fucking.
Yeah. Fucking mic stand.
It's also not telescopic, so you're safe, Ray. Ooh.
You shouldn't do this. You should come back to the city where you belong.
That lady reminds me of the lady from whenever her apartment complex was on fire, and she was like, I grabbed the kids and said, not today. Like, remember that lady? You know who I'm talking about, Roland?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's some lady like
the evil bitch.
Yeah,
but Ray, Pootie Tang's about to have his vision.
Yeah, we'll leave that at like right here, like so. Cover your eyes, have your vision quest.
Pootie quest.
Pootie quest. Sorry.
As he gazes at his cornstalk.
He stepped into the Tang zone. This has to be the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen Chris Rock do.
Is this racist against plants? Because Chris Rock's in corn face?
Yeah,
maybe. Why isn't he potato face? Like.
And then we have cow face. Yeah, why not fucking geese face, man?
Yeah, you know what, Peter? Where's you? What the hell? Where were you when this fucking movie?
Representation. Mokuest law.
Didn't hear you bitching about nothing, man.
Dude, that's
I love the fucking horns, man.
it's
Just-
so fucking funny.
Your father was wrong to tell you to guard it like a secret. What was that? Shut your mouth. What? Ass fool.
corn ass fool.
Teach the world right from wrong, but love the world at the same time. That's the key. Where's your belt, boy? Where's your belt? You let some girl get your belt. You let the ladies get your belt. I knew that would happen. Now you done lost all your confidence. Well, I'm here to tell you something, Pootie. Ain't nothing special about that belt. I bought it at Piggly Wiggly for 95 cents. You don't need that belt, boy, because you got the goodness in your heart. Now you need to go out there and take that and kick some ass.
Don't you want, boy?
Don't you know, boy? Take that goodness and take it all right from wrong. Now get it.
I know you wanted to clap.
How many instances in other movies where the white father or the white country father has put a gun to someone's head and said,
I mean, most of them.
"You need to marry my daughter."
Oh,
after they've-
no. It's usually like just.
Got to know each other. Huh?
It's usually out of like shame or anger, and they're not usually trying to get them to marry them. They're trying to just kill them. Especially if it's somebody like Pootie Tang.
You think so?
They are.
Yeah, well,
They're usually always racist. Like it's a fucking trope at this point.
usually.
Oh, that's terrific.
So when's the
Especially this
wedding?
part.
When's the wedding? Like I say, I sure would be mighty proud to have you for a son-in-law.
Yeah, they never say that.
In comes Dirty D and Froggy.
Froggy with his green ass suit and causing destruction.
Toothpick. No.
Just dumping his 40.
He's fucking rubbing country dirt all over his fucking
Country
face.
dirt. Oh, it's good.
If I may say, the fact that he like that scene where he's putting the dirt in his mouth, like it's fairly convincing. Because if he like offshooted that to the side, that's a pretty good take. I mean,
Well, he is a professional actor.
oh yeah, for sure, yeah.
In come one.
You know what's surprising is the fact that he's that whole
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just,
that he has clean teeth. You would think he would have dirty teeth, you know.
oh well, budget, right?
Well, hygiene is different than the external
Yeah,
dirtiness. of some
sanitize is
person.
different from dirty, right?
Yeah.
So one thing that isn't dirty, his teeth.
Yes, because hygiene is important.
That's right.
Oh, he done messed around and got Pootie Tang mad, baby. Come on, Question. Where you think you...
Yeah, he shows the belt. Capture out my ass.
And he
love
thinks
that
that like,
line.
the fact that he has the belt, he's got all the power.
Yep.
He's wielding all the power. But little does he know, in a few minutes, we're going to find out that he doesn't. You have to be a certain type of
But I
man.
love this Western showdown, and I know you guys can't see this because of the logo, but they're face to face right now, getting closer and closer, about to kiss. And now their arms are extended past each other. And now Pootie Tang's behind him. They're back to back. And they start the fight.
Yes, just because you have the belt doesn't mean you wield the power of Pootie Tang. You have to actually be
You have to have the goodness in your heart.
Yeah,
It only works if you have justice on your side.
Bam,
As
who's got the
Dad
belt
Tang.
back? Whipping time.
Told a baby Tang. Slap.
Yes, you slapped him like a bitch.
He breaks out the gun again, right?
Yeah. Now,
As I was saying, you're gonna marry my daughter now, right?
I want to be your man. I want to be your man.
The fact that he's wearing a top hat is fantastic. Daniel,
That's classy, and it's a little bit to the side because it's still stylish. You know,
Daniel, are you gonna wear a top
he ain't
hat?
no Abe Lincoln. What's up?
Are you gonna wear a top hat?
Maybe I should.
Maybe.
You should wear a top hat, man. And
Actually, maybe I should dress as Pootie with the
You should
fucking
dress as
wife
Pootie
beater
Tang.
and the little
Oh.
jacket top and the farmer boots on the bottom there. You see that
you
shit?
should totally dress as Pootie Tang, dude. Do it, please.
But then they'd be like,
Ray
"Oh,
could-
you must be David Cross and that's blackface." And I get fucking knocked out on my own wedding day, and that's not a good look, buddy.
No.
How would that work, Ray? If you wanted to be David Cross, doing Pootie? Like, would that be all
So
right?
first you have to be a
you can
dude
do the you can do
disguised as another dude portraying another dude.
What makes you think I'm gonna fucking be an asshole with that high voice saying I'm Pootie Tang? Fuck you.
because you love David Cross, Ray. I know you're. a huge fan.
Wait. What the fuck have I ever said in my lifetime that I love David Cross? Right?
What was his TV show that he had for a while with
It's
You missed
Mr.
the
Show with
show?
Bob and David, man, with
Yeah.
Bob Odenkirk. Yeah, that show's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah, that show is hilarious. Fuck you, Roland.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, not was. It is. No, I love that show so much, man.
Yeah, it was great. See, there you go, Ray.
I still
That's
reference.
that is the voice of the fan.
Every
true
time
fan.
I speak of Mr. Show, I reference a skit where they're like a metal band
Oh yeah,
and
they
they're
go
like
see
fucking
the
each other in
kid.
the ass and shit.
Who's like the
Oh, right,
sausage
yeah.
boy? Yeah. Put the shirt on him. Oh, okay. I always think about the sketch where it's like David Cross is like in his apartment and he has the pet iguana, and you have fucking Bob Odenkirk in like full lizard costume, just like just running around the fucking apartment, just like throwing out his tongue furtively and shit, and just like, don't scare him.
Oh
and
man.
No, man, that fucking scene where they're a metal band and they're in the hot tub. And one of the guys like
that
goes
one.
down on him in the fucking hot tub, and he's like,
yeah.
"Metal."
Yeah, that's right.
and their fucking manager is like, you guys are gay when you do this. And like, what are you talking about? We're just having fun. Like,
What? No, like what the fuck's wrong with you? Yeah.
Do you remember the skit where Bob
Exit-
Odenkirk played
Exit
like
David
Dr.
Cross.
Destructo or whatever? He was like the evil mastermind who had like a telethon to try to raise like the $4 billion. And if not, he was going to fire his death ray at the planet.
no, I don't
And
remember that one.
dude, it's so brilliant, dude. 'Cause it's like, any fucking, local access channel. Like, we're just trying to raise money. And like, I can't remember his fucking like evil name is like Dr. Evilson or something like that. But he's like going up and he goes into this kid and he's like, "This is little Anthony. Would you tell the people what you told me during the break? Please, Dr. Evilson, don't kill us. You see, that's what I do this for, the children." But yeah. So in this scene, Lecter has unveiled his army of Pootie lookalikes to fight Pootie, and Biggie Shorty shows up and they start kicking all their asses.
Yes, the capoeira
yeah.
kicks.
This could easily be a scene in a Trump movie.
Oh,
I
fuck
personally
yeah.
think, yeah, for sure.
Especially like with Wanda Sykes ass fighting. And they're all running away like, you want to give on my ass again?
Yes, I do. One guy is sitting passed out on the car on the hood.
So basically, Pootie Tang is fucking like wielding his belt around and like smacking the shit out of everybody.
Yeah, I mean, he's surrounded by like, 60, 70 guys, and he's still just like pretty much single-handedly going just plop, plop, plop. Nope. As somehow Wanda Sykes knows how to operate a fucking crane and drops the Pootie Tang Bad Time Burgers sign on Jake Lecture's car.
It was a rental.
Man,
Enterprise's bill now.
Looking at this movie, I need a Stars burger or a Whataburger at this moment right now. What is what is a Bad Time Burger? What the fuck is that?
Sounds like a good time. I don't know about
it sounds
being
like
anything bad about
delicious.
that.
Sounds like a
Pootie
delicious
Tang
time.
and burgers? Fuck.
We're gonna get married.
Yeah.
And that's the way it went down.
Is this the one scene where she's not wearing a wig?
No, she's wearing
Probably.
a wig. No, she's wearing a wig through
No,
every
that's
fucking
right.
scene in
She's-
this movie.
In every fucking scene.
Yeah,
that's
for
right.
sure.
This is her Jackie Brown wig or whatever it is.
Irene left Dick Lecture and she now works for the city of whatever the fuck.
Counseling teen hoes.
Yeah, counseling teen hoes. Oh, yeah, Wesley Snipes, Murder at 1600. It's fucking
The
funny.
musical.
These two idiots.
Hey, you know what's hot too?
I love this earlier when he's just screaming, I hate you, I hate you.
Yeah.
That's why I said it, man. It is hot out here.
It's hot too.
And he's getting on his nerves, too. And as for me, trucking. Oh, shit.
Oh, it's
That is the longest damn movie clip I've ever seen. Sadatay. Pootie Tang has been very happy.
the movie itself was supposed to be a movie clip,
Yep.
and
Did
it
you-
showed the entire fucking movie.
Did you see the last name on the little title cue for him? It said Cobbler.
Yep. Yeah.
What the hell are you talking about?
Calm me down on the panty style.
What is he saying, Daniel? Where like he's confused as to what he's saying?
Call me on the panty style at first.
Yeah.
And then it's like, then he's like, no, call me on the patty style. Oh, call me on the patty style. I gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, we have Chris Rock going
Rock
crazy
and
as
more
a radio DJ.
Dropping his
Takes.
pants, trying to shove tapes up
Dumping
his
water.
ass.
Yeah. In his fucking
Pootie
underwear.
Tang.
Like,
Pootie Tang is the greatest. Ah!
he's so good. He's too good. He's too good. Oh, God. Oh, God.
That's how they finally yell cut.
Oh, then this is Kirsten Bell's, I think, first acting role, actually.
Kristen Bell?
Yeah, that's her.
Is
Yeah.
that her?
Yeah.
What the fuck, really?
Yeah, dude. That's her
That's
like first role, dude.
That's so funny, dude.
I'm about to make reservations on you now.
That's Kristen Bell, really?
Yeah, dude.
It doesn't even look like her, dude.
No, it does, but like she's Potter. I don't know. The eyes and like that's definitely her.
I guess as long as you want, they can't make you do no more movies. Oh, no more movies.
And he was never in movies again.
Whatever happened to the guy who plays Pootie Tang?
Actually, I have some info on that.
Please.
Is he still like a writer?
Give it to us,
Yeah.
please.
He's not an actor.
The last thing, actually, I don't even need my fucking notes for this. So the last thing he was into in 2019 and 2020, he's been doing some writing for Lights Out with David Spade.
Really?
David Spade has a show.
The show that David Spade does?
Yeah. It was that like talk show or whatever. Yeah, apparently the last couple of years. I'm not sure it's still on or whatever, but yeah, fucking Lance Crouther was writing for that.
I thought
it might be canceled now, but I don't know. But like when I was just looking shit up because it's one like I did where are these actors now or whatever.
Yeah.
So apart from like Chris Rock, where I was like, where's Lance Crouther at? But I think he had a couple like more acting bits, but mostly it's like writing jobs.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Is there any more information that you can give us or provide to us
about fun
this
stuff
movie?
of this fucking movie? Let's see. I guess the only last little factor would be the Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay.
So this movie is a 27% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Really?
And it's got like the fans say like 68% they're happy with it. But yeah, this is 27% on Rotten Tomatoes as of today.
So, I mean, let's give our ratings because, I mean, fuck Rotten Tomatoes. Daniel, this is your movie. This is your suggestion for Mokuest. What is your rating for this movie?
This movie is perfect, man. Like it is, it's really. It's got like let's shut this shit up. Okay, it's a fantastic blend of. There's some social commentary in there. There's just slapstick humor, irreverent humor. Like it's just. This crazy package, and it's just so fucking funny. And I don't know how people don't like this movie. I really don't, because some of the reviews I saw, they were like, "Oh, well, if you're just flipping through the channels and need something to like not pay attention to, like watch this movie."
No,
and no, I don't think that's the case at all. Like, and
I would disagree with that wholeheartedly.
So I actually looked at the DVD insert. It's just one little sheet. So it's got the little cover there again. But on the backside, it says scene selection. It's got 8 scenes. The first scene, sign your pity on the runny kind. Followed by Sepatown, Sadatay, Wadatah, Tippy Tie, Main Damie, Capitown, and Call Me Down on the Panty Sty.
Those are the 8 scenes?
The scene selections for the DVD, yeah. Like,
God damn.
Oh, this movie's just fucking perfection, man. Like it's just so fucking funny. It's well written. There's tongue in cheek elements here and there too. Like it's just this movie's just so fucking good. Like I can't give it higher than a 5, but that's definitely 5 main damies for me, man.
Roland, what do you give this movie?
Let's see. I think about the only thing I probably would have liked about this movie is if it had been maybe a little longer, or like he maybe had some more like funny shit to do out in the country.
And that's really funny, man, because a lot of the critics were like, this is a 5-minute sketch that got dragged out for 80 minutes. And they're like, dude, like, there's people that go, oh, look, oh, yeah, there's repeated jokes and stuff. But yeah, I agree. This movie should be like.
I wanted to see more of like dirty deed in jail. That would like more of that would have been fucking hilarious. Kind of thing. Let's see. It would have been cooler if like Hoochie Ma had like like seduced her way I guess more through the Pootie crew or whatever kind of shit. But I mean, like, aside from that, no, this movie's fucking hilarious. Like, the fucking music's badass. The actors are funny as fuck. But I'd probably give this like maybe a 3.5 out of 5.
Okay.
It's okay to be wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'll have to look at that.
I'll go next. And
you mean last?
Well, who's after you?
Yeah.
Watching this movie again and watching it with you guys again, I don't recall necessarily watching it with you guys in the first place. So
just know that we did.
We can say that we know that we did. I'm going to say that that this movie itself it's not perfect, but it's a 4.5 out of 5 because I laughed my ass off from beginning to end. And
yeah, I mean,
just even with the intro with Pootie Tang, whenever he comes in his car, he comes out and he is introduced and he's in his car and he starts doing his fucking shimmy and shit like that. Whenever he's bouncing off the bullets, it's so fucking funny. And it doesn't stop from that point to the very fucking end. So I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5.
Truckee is...
Yeah, like I straight up cannot think how many times I've watched this movie. Like, I've probably watched this probably more than some of the Star Wars movies. Like, no shit. Like, I love the fuck out of this movie. And every New Year's, I get into the same cycle. So I'm really happy that it dovetailed with Sin Quest because I generally watch this movie like 5-6 times every year at the minimum around New Year's. I'll watch it like a couple times before, watch it New Year's Day or New Year's Eve, and then just watch a couple more times to get my year going right. So like this movie fucking just, if I don't watch this, my year is going to be shit. And can't, I don't care. Like, let's go with the meme of, oh no, 2020 is such an awful year. Well, think how bad it would have been for all you fuckers if I didn't watch Pootie Tang.
Yeah.
Like, coronavirus would probably have been like a real thing.
Well, I mean, there's still time. There's one day.
All right, so Pootie Tang, please watch this movie if you have the opportunity because it's so funny. You can't take yourself seriously as a movie critic.
It doesn't take itself seriously either.
No, it doesn't. The whole thing, at all.
It's a total spoof, man. It's just a great fucking slapstick, adventure. And if you want to get academic about it, Louis C.K. did grow up watching a lot of like the blaxpoitation movies in the 70s. And so this movie is argued to be kind of a spoof or a parody of those.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think with that, it fits. Like it's not a poor definition of this movie, but I think it does limit it in its overall like scope when you just go, oh, it's just like a spoof on blaxploitation, because I think this movie does more than that,
It's funny.
And,
I would agree that it's a bit more than just your average blaxploitation movie because
because the man is just they're the corporations. They're not localized in it's localized in Dick Lecter in this movie, but he is the personification of corporate America, which is the antithesis to Pootie's desires, and it's just fucking brilliant, man.
Right. Alrighty, man. Like, so Daniel, you're the 5 out of 5. I'm a 4 out of 5. Roland, you were I'm sorry,
3.5, I think.
3.5.
3.5. Okay, so anything you want to add to Pootie Tang? This is our end of the year 2020 New Year's Eve episode. Daniel.
I don't know. I guess I'll just close it off like, this is independent of genres. Pootie Tang is within my top 5 favorite movies of all time. and it's in the upper half of the tier. And my opinion may not matter for shit or whatever, but it's just, I love this movie so fucking much. And to bring in a bit more personal history stuff with, when I have introduced this movie to folks or whatever, like I may have like formally introduced it, like you guys may have known about it, but I may have been like, hey, we should watch this movie, it's awesome. I've definitely done that up here in Washington with a few folks, and no one's gone like, this is stupid. Like people at work, like they'll sit there and try to like insert Damie and Sadatay awkwardly into conversations and like, you guys, I understand that you're hip, but you don't get it.
No, this movie is so funny.
Right.
Like it really
Stop
is.
that.
Like
what you're doing there, just stop it.
Yeah,
you
but
shouldn't
this
even,
movie is fucking
you shouldn't
brilliant,
even
man.
try to like. It should come natural. The fact that
it's just, it should come from the heart, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's like
roll off that.
It's like fuck, man. I mean, I had like a lame moment with Roland. Like, I'm glad you're my friend or whatever, but like, it would have been equally as powerful, maybe more powerful. I said, you're one of my main damies. You know that, man, right? And Roland been like,
you've said that before.
Yeah. Oh, I have. I know. But the last time I was drunk and thinking about our friendship and like thanking you for it, I was like, thanks for my friend, but usually it's Damie. Yeah, like no shit.
Yes, I have to reiterate the fact that Daniel does not. The fact that Daniel references this movie isn't just because of the end of the year. This is daily. Whenever
For
we
years.
converse
years.
through our texts, through our our group text, like this movie is referenced quite a bit whenever we're just generally talking to each other. So, Roland, do you have anything?
Go watch it, guys. Like, actually, I think it's like $2 to rent it, like with a decent quality on YouTube right now. But hey, for our more thrift savvy viewers, am I looking on YouTube today? Looks like there's a few pirate channels out there that have Pootie Tang on there, so you can watch it. It may be like in 10p, I don't know, but that's not the important bit because this movie is just amazing. Like,
Roland, do you have anything else to add for Pootie Tang?
No, I mean this movie was. When was it released again? 2001.
2001, yeah.
2001, yeah.
Yeah. A lot of the jokes, a lot of the parodies, like they still hold up pretty well today.
If you want to say goodbye.
Hey-o.
And Nowhere Manland Studios.
Tis I, Roland.
I'm sorry for the slurring, but I'm drunk as fuck, so.
That's Ray, by the way.
Yeah, enjoy.
Drunk as fuck.